And so the next thing I want to talk about is why you should not have an affair. And I'm going to address this to women because no one's talking about it. And the reason I'm doing it there's a very distinct reason I'm going to do this right now. I said to you before the last break that because so many people have become jaded and given up, and because of this insanity going on in the country, people are doing things that they've never done before in their life, and they think that it's okay to do it. Well, let me tell you something. What you should think about, women, is that there are many things about having an affair that you better think about before you go down that road, and no one is telling you this. You think it starts out innocently. That's the first thing you're going to say to yourself, and there's guys listening to you, and you were bored and you were lonely and your husband wasn't paying attention to you, and then you start to justify to yourself, oh, well, I married too young, or he was really a roommate, not my husband. And you're not going to consider the ramifications about what you're going to do until it's far too late. And the fact of the matter is that you mustn't let your raging hormones or someone whispering sweet idiocies into your ear convince you to go down that road, because they're not telling you about the broken families and the broken hearts that will follow as sure as I'm talking to you tonight. Because the minute you physically cross that line, you're going to lose everything that you have. And I'll continue on this for a minute because I think it's a very important topic in a time of total debauchery. If a woman crosses that line, and I'm specifically addressing this to women because nobody talks about this, especially men, you're going to justify it. You're going to rationalize it. And there are hundreds of lying therapists out there who are going to help you rationalize your actions. You're going to say that there was no passion. You're going to say that you were married too young. You're going to say that you were roommates, not lovers. You're going to say your husband was an evil, controlling, emotionally unavailable slob. You're going to say he was cheating on you. You're going to come up with every reason in the world, some of which may be true. But let me tell you something. That's not the reason for you to do what he did, if that's the reason. Because then you'll become worse than him. Going into it, you should know that it wasn't the right thing to do. And so if you think about the excitement that you're going to have, you have to understand it's like a drug. New is powerful. New is very powerful. And hiding this new powerful excitement may be part of the excitement itself. And you're going to feel that it's your little secret. And it's going to energize you. And you're going to think that you've found the elixir that you've been looking for all of your life. But soon, like all drugs, it's going to wear off. And you're going to need more, and you're going to need more and more, like every other drug. And on top of it all, have you thought about how you're going to feel during this phase of cheating on your husband? You're going to live in fear, constant fear. And then you're going to start to feel like a teenager again. Do you want to feel like that again? Do you actually want to go through that hell that you went through when you were in high school? Think about all of these things before you let some of the liberals convince you that, every movie you turn on. You know what you need, Mary? What you really need is you know what. That's what you really need. You ever notice every movie, there's always the girlfriend who says to the girl, there's nothing wrong with you, Mary. All you really need is, and you know, the dirty word. That's what they put in. Now, who do you think writes that? Do you think women write that? Do you think that people who understand life write that? The vermin who create the pornography and the violence in the movies, the very same insane vermin, the drug addicts who create this violence and this pornography, the sewer pipe creators of Hollywood, write this stuff into movies when they have no idea the damage they are doing, or do they? So that's what I want to say. You want to live with guilt, you want to live with shame, you want to live with disease, you want to live with broken hearts, then become a skank and cheat on your husband. And that's all I want to say. I don't know why. I was just reading about it before, and you know what? It struck me as a very, very important topic, especially at this time of the month, this time of the year, and this time in American social life, because everyone right now is freaked out one way or the other, not only from the school shootings, which is unsettling the whole country and making people feel very jittery and what's the point of living, and a woman has a child and then she fears tomorrow she could wake up and the kid could be dead from some lunatic. No one can protect them. Nobody knows which way to turn for security in this country right now. And there's only one answer. You want to hear the answer? Because I'll give it to you. The Rock of Ages. The Rock of Ages that got you to this point, that got mankind to this stage of history. It's the Rock of Ages that kept your ancestors going, and it's the Rock of Ages that can keep you going. Yeah, put off the fun. Put off the fun. That's all. Be miserable like everybody else. You'll be happier in the long run. I know that sounds paradoxical, but it's absolutely true. If you're miserable like everybody else, you'll be happier in the long run. I think that's very good. Now, you ready for a few calls that you're not going to believe because I talked about this? One from the heart about affairs and what they do to people.